Okay. I'll try to get at least one run in. Yesterday I got 2 full runs and one like 75-80% run. I got past gold upgrade and then I just messed up. We're gonna give this a go. Try to get. I need to start practicing the second half of the game more and just start practicing. Just get in the habit of just doing full runs. It was humbling yesterday to actually do a run with a 45-30 and then a 43-06, I think it was. So, got to get back to it. Got to really start getting through the, really just into the mindset. Start focusing perhaps on bringing down those segments I know that are not my strong point. This game makes practicing those a little bit challenging unless I mess around with like a backup save, unless I make a save specifically for it. Oh my goodness. I was about to back up too. Shoot, we're gonna go for it. Okay. Ugh. Okay. So I've lost like already 5 seconds or so. That's the time. This would definitely be a reset if I was willing to do that, but I'm trying to actively not do that. Of course I messed that up too. It's just the tilt. It's just like it feels bad, right? It's like, yeah, 7 seconds. Like, that's terrible. Like, damn it. I'm trying to get fancy. Little seeker missiles. They really just home in on you. Gotta stop trying to do that! Oh my god. That was fine. I just like psyched myself out. Did I miss one there? Oh, I missed a coin there? I've never, not once missed that coin. Holy crap on a stick. Practice this nonsense that I can't seem to do anymore. Okay, what is this? What is the secret to this now? Alright, we're gonna reset this one. Because I really want to get to the bottom of why I can't seem to do this anymore. I had got it consistently for a while, and now I just can't seem to do it. I am pushed all the way in. I'm turned. Okay. I'm turned, but notably that time I went like straight into the straight. Oh, That time I didn't go very high, and that time I did. I don't know how to do that consistently. Okay. I really need to go to the grocery store. But it's very busy right now, I'd imagine. Go. Supraland is a 3D Metroidvania that came out in 2018 in early access, 2019 fully, I believe. Made by one German dude, in Munich, and it was compelling, so compelling to me. I played the demo and I immediately bought it. It was great, and the games that come out, the DLC and the Supraland 6 Inches Under are equally awesome. A lot of exploration, puzzle solving. I think like the puzzles are good, and there's a lot of ways to break the game, which is great for speedrunning. But I think the thing that locked it in for me is how rewarding the exploration is. Like how much stuff you have to like note, and how many little nooks and crannies in the world there are that are like, I wonder if there's anything around that corner, and there absolutely is. I love that stuff. So I'm just going through the very beginning intro section where we come up on a little bit of the story, and what follows will be a section where we're solving puzzles to pick up barrels picking up gathering coins and picking up upgrades, a handful. So we're gonna get a few upgrades that are required, practically, if not technically, if not strictly. So the first one over here, we're gonna get the speed ×2 upgrade, which even if it wasn't required, obviously speed is good. So we're gonna get that. We're gonna try and touch this jump up. Good. Once in a while. We're gonna just hike up this cliff somehow. If I could find more of those, I would be very happy. But I've looked around at points for cliffs like that I can just sort of climb up, and I've not been able to find any. So you're supposed to there's a puzzle there. We just don't do it. We just sort of grab the barrel, and ooh, well, that never works. I jumped up that little cliff right there. That's tricky to do. I borrowed that from the any percent glitch NMG category. So this is glitchless. I won't go too much detail because it's a little nuanced, but if you think of it as an actual glitch that breaks the game, it's not allowed in this category. There are things that we do that are interesting later on with sponges that I'll get into when we get a little closer to it, but for right now, we're just gathering coins and, wow, getting upgrades. So the first upgrade we got that was real, aside from the speed, was this force cube. It's a purple cube. That's just double coins, so I can then afford the next upgrade. So this force cube, it's a purple cube. I can use it for a little bit of vertical height. It hurts enemies if it smacks them the right way, and also messes with their pathing. So really what I use it for here is to sort of try not to get hit by enemies, because they are rude. It's one of the big RNG points in the run. Now, I often will try to get a little slick with it here, but I'm not going to, because I fail more often than usual, or more often than not. And it gives you, especially before you get double jump, it's very, very helpful. And it's helpful throughout the game if you need a little bit of vertical height more than you need horizontal. So that thing I got in the chest actually is not required, but it's basically free to get. Hold on, this is tricky. Okay. Yeah, we take 2. Okay, yeah, so that's, you don't need to do that. You just run around and go up the little bridge down there, but it's technically faster if you can do it in 1 or 2 tries. So yeah, the loot upgrade, by default, you take out enemies, they don't drop anything. So that loot upgrade, which basically was free to get, because I needed those coins anyway. Ooh, hold on. Allows me to, oh, goodness gracious. the enemies will drop hearts or, if you're hurt, or coins, which I like to get as a sort of mitigation measure. Because sometimes you're forced in situations where you have to fight enemies, and I'd rather hedge. You know, once again, it's free to get, basically. So hedge to be able to mitigate the time loss from that. And being able to get health, is, if you need it, is just a little bonus. So, yeah, this puzzle we actually do engage with. You know, at this point the puzzle solving is very light. Ooh. Not particularly challenging. It's just teaching you that there are puzzles and what these elements are. Oh, goodness gracious. Earlier, I didn't even mention there's a crystal that I had to paint white. The paint machines are an ongoing mechanic. So that's the double jump. Like I said earlier, if you want the force cube can be useful for vertical movement, but the double jump is really useful for horizontal movement. You can jump pretty long distances horizontally in this. So just climb up that cliff. That was a contribution I made to the category when I first started, because you were supposed to. The previous route had you like jumping across that little bit that I was pointed at, and it was I couldn't do it, so I found a different way. And the plus side of the way I do it is that those 6 coins that you get are pretty on the way, so the coin routing changes, which is nice. The coin routing in this section, I'm not gonna say it's solved, but it is pretty heavily well thought out. So there might be room for improvement, but we've really tried hard to get this beginning section tight. So this is the last barrel we're going to be getting for upgrades at the beginning. It's called it's for the triple jump, and then you might notice that I'll have a few extra coins. That's because we do have one more upgrade we'll be buying in a little bit for 40 coins, and then we're almost done with coins for the run. We're practically done with. We're done with intentional collection of coins for the run. The last thing we'll get later is 5, and it's really late. We'll have way more than 5 by then. So. Hate this pipe. Hopefully I don't need to tell you or show you why. Okay, it was cooperative today. It's very easy to fall off of that. It's also apparently very easy to shoot that. So this is like one of the weird looking things you might think, oh, is this really glitchless? And well, I asked the mods before submitting a run with it, and yes, the answer is it is glitchless. You can kind of just jump up the cliff right there. It's a little bit trickier than to do consistently. But there it is. And this is technically not out of bounds. So out of bounds is disallowed in this category, but this is a place you can normally get to. I mentioned earlier there's a lot of places where you can find secrets, and this game utilizes a lot of places in the world that you'd normally think in most games are just dead or would have invisible walls, and they do not. Later on there's an item, the translocator, which we use to get to the end boss, that you can pretty much get wherever you want by the time you get that, with that and the other stuff you have available to you. So that is a place you could very reasonably get. So I would not consider that out of bounds. And the moderators did not either. So going on my way, 10 coins in one spot is very good. And that's not too bad of a time loss. So we need 40 coming up. I'll get 1, 2, we're going to get another 6 right here, and then, if I remember correctly, I always sort of gut check my coin count in this spot. I'm gonna have to hit that. So we got the red MacGuffin. So this is a blaster beam. Lets us hit red switches, and it's a weapon, which is helpful. All right, we have 33 coins, so I need 40, so I need 7 more. 4 are free. 4 are literally on the way. I don't have to go my way 4, and then I need 3 more. Oh no, actually 8 are on the way. Kinda. So yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna get 4 in this little nook, and then coming up, and then another 3 later. So we're good. I'm actually not sure in this case which they're technically they're all pretty comparable, but I have a order preference that I don't know is technically optimal now that I'm thinking about it. It's just how I learned it, right? So here we go. So this is a battery. This is one of the recurring puzzle elements in the game. You use this to boom, boom, turn on that switch so that this will go. That button is purple. So it's a little hint that use the force cube to hit the button. And knock off this fake someone else's force cube over there. Since it vanishes. Okay, so this is tricky to get to nail the first time. I don't think that second shot was good. Oh wow, none of my shots were good. As it is. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was how do you say really, really bad? That's alright. So if you could do that, you could just quickly, you could knock those each off with one shot, hit the platform, and it'll go really smooth. It's really great if you do it right. Unlike what I just did. So here we go. These coins are very quick. We have a little back and forth puzzle here. This is like one of my things where I'm like, I can really want there to be a way to skip this. It just feels like such a weird time waster. There's like a trigger that when you get to the other side, the door just opens up. And I've thought like, oh, I wonder if there's a way to like get that to trigger, but I haven't found anything yet. I also haven't found a way with the current tools available to me at this point in the run, ability to get over. Former world record holder Kamuchin likes to grab that and throw it ahead to save a little bit of time in the best case, but I'm not good at the throw. I haven't figured it out yet, so we're going to try to grab this off here real quick. We need this. So the little puzzle section here is that can get stuck on there, which is why I did that slowly. You need to open the door. So look at that. We're going to paint this. Guy needs to be holy, which means he needs a halo over his head. And a halo is really just a metal ring with painted yellow. So I'm going to pop this in the wall real quick. Oh, it has to be floating over his head. They intend for you to hold it there. But that's slow, so I'm going to use this time to put red into the paint machine, which we will need for the next bit. Come up here, and I'm going to come in here and get a white key card, which we will need. And well, actually, we don't need a white key. We really need a red key card. Those coins are, by the way, I consider free in there because like you have to wait for the door to open anyway. So now I have exactly 40 coins, which is perfect. We paint this key card red, and now we can advance to the next section. We need a red key card later in the run, and I've worked through and successfully gotten it there, but the time it takes me to sort of baby the key card along and navigate all the enemies and stuff, I've never actually, I don't think ever had it successfully be a time save. So I don't do that. I'm not going to be doing that here. I get a little bit of a breather here. We're going to be just making our way to the next section where there's a little cutscene and we can actually take a rest. We're going to jump across and we're going to actually be introduced to the Supra ball. It's a yellow ball. There is a separate category that allows you to abuse its momentum gains, but we're not in that category. It's a little subset of this. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to hit this. Okay, so we need to shoot the Super Ball through these yellow rings. I'm popping over to the right just to sort of manipulate them a little bit. Sometimes you don't get hit at all, but if I just run down there straight, they might just bash me to death. I never get more than 25 health, and I never get armor, so a lot of things just kill me. Like, not dying is a real challenge in some parts. Okay. There we go, and there's a helpful red pirate. He said there's a upgrade for my gun in here. So, shoot! Why would you lock me up? Turns out it's actually not a red pirate. It's the blue pirate from the beginning who was sabotaging us. I never really covered the story at all, but basically we're in a sandbox. It's a creepy kid. It's not really part of the story, and we don't have water. The blue guys sabotage our water, and I've been trying to figure out what's going on. And he's now locking me in prison. So, that's fun. We're about to get a really important upgrade. It's the beam. So we have that orb that we shoot, the laser orb, and it does some damage to enemies. And this will be actually much quicker to shoot, but the reason we get it is actually not because of that, because it creates a big explosion that does 100 damage. So, wow, that was embarrassing. If my beam does 15, this laser does 4. The combo hit does 100 in a giant radius. So it's a very important weapon. You can technically skip it, but you don't want to. I can't imagine doing this run faster without it, even with that cutscene. The other thing that we got before that I didn't really mention, we used that 40 coins to get the cooldown upgrade, because if you so your gun cooldown is halved. Otherwise, it gets hard to use this hit enemies that are closer to you. So like this, I wouldn't really be able to do. I would have to wait twice as long to shoot that secondary one, and it's hard. Once again, you lose a lot of time. So, but I mean, I don't know, strictly speaking, if it's necessary, but I do remember when I was doing my initial runs without it, and I'm glad I got it. Like, you could save all the routing and time it would take to get those 40 coins. So it's significant time savings, strictly, if you didn't save time with it, but I think you do. And it just makes your runs, wow. The Super Bowl kind of sucks. I kind of hate it. It just bounces out of there sometimes. I don't know, I'm hurt. There we go. Okay. So we're some dudes. Okay, so this is one of the sections where I absolutely can take a death if I'm careful, and depending on where in this section I take a death, it could either be trivial or very, very costly. Okay, well, that was not too bad right there. Grab this coin, and we do need our Super Ball back, which went... Okay. I can just... Wait, no, seriously, where did it go? At this point, I should have just abandoned it and gone somewhere else, but now I'm very curious. Wow. Oh my god, it's stuck up there. Are you serious? That's never happened before. I mean, I don't need it. Oh. I mean, I can go pick another one up, but... Wow. I knew it felt like a weird angle I shot it at. It was a weird angle I shot it at, but that's never happened before. If this run wasn't already dead, it would be dead now. Oh, I used the... Damn it. God, I'm an idiot. Whatever. Oh, wow, I've never done this before. Okay. Because I used the force cube in there for a moment. I forgot I really did not do that. Anywho, so that was... This run wasn't already bad. This would be very bad now. Okay. Now let's come into the section, the first section I would consider like an actually, as a casual player, the first really like kind of challenging puzzle section. Of course, it's not challenging for me because I've done this a bajillion times, but it's tricky. Hit that as a safety because if I fall, it's fairly trivial to get back up if I hit that button, and it's free to hit. So, gonna grab a key. Did I not hit that button up there? What? God. Okay, I'm resetting this fucking run. I don't even know what to do with that. Like, that wasn't even anything. Fuck this. Alright, I'm done for now. I am so done. I'm terrible at this. Like, how? I forgot to hit the button?